So if we could stop looking ridiculous, Mary, that'd be great. Hold on. My pleasure, ma'am. I do recall, Ashlyn. I recall it took us 2 months to get you to get in a place of being frustrated with the hellish situation Her Majesty led us into, to the point I was there while I was explaining something to you where I was going to, I won't get into everything, but play badminton. I remember someone approaching, and I knew it was a demon. I'll say that much. Not a principality, because I had already strapped that one to the tree. Yes, it is me. And I remember you pushing me and saying, no, I want you to spend time with him, and sitting in the tent. But I remember what got your attention was healing. And I was talking about the well springs. Because I had already spent time there. I used to camp there. I had to. It was during COVID, how I learned about it. How I learned all of the things I have taught you. Me and my Heavenly Father have already done it. So when I say I do only what I see my Heavenly Father do, I mean it. I remember something you probably don't. My Heavenly Father wakes me up, gives me an order. Mary's gonna go for a walk. I want you to go to the store and buy her a new phone. It was an AT&T phone. I remember having to struggle with it. And these painful, struggling times are gold when you realize it was to keep it in your memory. That's how good I am. Somebody wants credit for what I'm doing, and that's not going to happen. So stop it. Now, going through and having to put in the code, I also had the code at Creekside, where I was abandoned again. We were on a mission. Peter wasn't listening to me. Peter should have been there. I wanted Peter to be there. But I was frustrated having some beers at the table. You looked good. You looked really good. Really good. I remember what you were wearing. I remember being in the well springs with you. And then punching this code into this phone and the frustration because the phone went into some type of mode where it auto-completed. Much like you auto-complete stories. Rather than come to God properly through Jesus, your husband, then receive through Jesus the answer. I remember being in the tent and wondering why it got so demonic. And then you had the responsibility of getting us sleeping bags. You get yourself a nice, I think it was 30-degree sleeping bag. You got me this cloth thing. I was freezing, already annoyed. So I've developed a lot more patience with things that you do sometimes. So fast forwarding to what happened with the lighter and getting the ketchup. The timing had to be perfect because I walked in, opened the door, and it said, kiss me under the milky moonlight, swing me around the dance floor. We'll take the path that's on your father's map. Kiss me. And that's how you know you've stepped out of hell. And then you'll notice people are nicer to you again. And then my Heavenly Father goes into the cashier and says, "Are you going to have hash browns?" And I'm playing back with him. I was thinking about that. "What about you? What are you going to have?" And he says to her, "Well, if somebody cooked me a nice breakfast, I'd be all over that." So, I just confirmed everything for you. I love you.